Welcome to The Rule Dictator. My name is Corlith, your host, and this is how to play Descent with the Road to Legend expansion. In this segment, we will review combat encounters that involve a lieutenant. As stated previously, when there's more than one lieutenant attacking or being attacked by the party, treat each encounter as completely separate engagements. This includes drawing a new location card when setting up for the next battle, and restoring hero fatigue between battles. Aside for a few minor changes, an encounter involving a lieutenant is very much like a random encounter, so without further ado, let's dive in. Instead of drawing a card from the incident deck, use the lieutenant's card. It identifies the power card, if any, that is put into play for free, the minions he starts with, and any other special ability he has. If the Overlord has points invested in Treachery, he can use them to create an Overlord card hand at the beginning of every lieutenant encounter. If you have the Altar of Despair or the Well of Darkness, you can use your Treachery investment to select Overlord cards of the matching Treachery type for the cost listed on the center bottom of the card. You can also use those points to choose regular Overlord cards. In other words, the ones that do not have a Treachery cost listed at the bottom center of the card. You can take 2 regular cards per point. The card must match the Treachery type, which is listed as text near the top of the card. For example, if the Overlord has 2 points in traps and a point in events, he can stock his hand with 4 trap cards, 2 event cards, and no spawn cards. Power cards, except for the one that is put into play for free with the lieutenant, are not used during lieutenant encounters and cannot be selected for your hand. During dungeon encounters, you can discard a card from your hand to gain its threat value. You may do the same here, but as there is no Overlord card draw pile, a discarded card is gone for the rest of the encounter, so choose wisely. Creating the outdoor location is done exactly like a random encounter. Shuffle the location deck, draw a card, assemble the tiles, and identify any special circumstances that affect that location to the heroes. Since there are no ambushes when the party has an encounter with a lieutenant, place the heroes in the dead-end corners of the starting tile, place the lieutenant and his minions, and you're ready to go. As usual, on every round, the heroes get to perform their actions before the Overlord does. The lieutenant itself is a different matter. Whereas minions can only perform an advance, 1 attack and 1 movement, a lieutenant can perform actions like the heroes, such as battle, which means attacking twice without moving, and running, which gives him double his speed and movement points but no attack. However, the lieutenant cannot perform a ready action, so he does not have access to battle orders. He can flee by spending a movement point when he is standing next to an exit space. And when spending threat to execute a reinforce, he may only bring in the white regular minions that are listed on his card. Here are the threat costs for every minion. Since Sir Elric Pharaoh has Beastmen, Razorwings, Hellhounds, and Sorcerers listed as his minions, they are the only ones he is allowed to summon in when reinforcing. The reverse side of the lieutenant's card gives his speed, health, armor, and combat dice divided by the campaign level. Any in and out of combat abilities are also identified here. The encounter ends when one of the following occurs. With the death of the lieutenant, any remaining minions flee in terror. Place the lieutenant card in the graveyard box as he is out for the rest of the campaign. Killed heroes are resurrected to full health and fatigue. Wounded heroes are not automatically healed, but their fatigue is restored. Isfer and Red Scorpion, of course, return to full health as they have the Regenerate ability. This applies even if there is another lieutenant to be fought at the same location. Roll 4 power dice to see how much gold the heroes collect. The loot table is the same one used for random encounters. If the lieutenant was carrying a quest item, it is dropped and the players may pick it up if they want to and are able. When a lieutenant escapes the encounter, his minions also flee in terror. Move the lieutenant's token to the Overlord's keep. Killed heroes are resurrected to full health and fatigue. Wounded heroes are not automatically healed, but their fatigue is restored. Roll 4 power dice to see how much gold they collect, just like when a lieutenant is killed. If the lieutenant had been carrying a quest item, he is forced to drop it as he gets away. When there are no heroes left in the encounter, but at least one of them has fled, the party has escaped. If they had been carrying a quest item, they leave it behind. The lieutenant is entitled to pick it up if he is able. Killed heroes are resurrected to full health and fatigue, and then rejoin the survivors. The ones who fled have their fatigue restored, but any wounds remain. The heroes then carry on to their destination. When all 4 heroes have been killed, they are resurrected to full health and fatigue back in their home city of Tamalier. Had they been carrying a quest item, it is left behind where they were defeated. Let's talk about quest items. These are items that the Overlord is trying to use to advance his evil plot. Therefore, the heroes are trying to deny him access to them. How the Overlord uses them depends on the instructions on the plot cards. Lieutenants and the hero party may only carry a single quest item at a time. The heroes can take an item and place it in the vault of an undestroyed city. Each vault may only hold a single quest item. If a lieutenant wishes to claim a quest item that is stored in a city's vault, he must lay siege to and raze that city before he can take it. The city of Tamalir's vault cannot hold a quest item since it already contains the Obelisk of Journeys. This immovable artifact is why the heroes are resurrected in Tamalir when they suffer defeat and can go back to town while exploring a dungeon via the Glyphs of Transport. When the heroes go to an unexplored dungeon location that contains a quest item, they must explore the dungeon and remain at the location when exiting rather than teleporting back to Tamalir before they may claim the item. If it is at a previously explored dungeon, the heroes can simply pick it up when they arrive. There are only 2 ways to collect conquest points in a lieutenant encounter. When the heroes kill a lieutenant, they get 4 conquest points and 250 gold. The Overlord gets the conquest value of each hero that is killed. And that wraps up lieutenant encounters. The next segment is going to be a juicy one as we go over the rules for when the heroes explore a dungeon. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.